We caught Origin Achilles A6 and Tyros T6 in our spider web.
Are you ready? Oh!
Time to change space!
Yeah, that looks nice. Welcome to the spider web. For this video, I will finally be unboxing Origin Achilles A6 and Tyros T6. Fun fact, Origin is based off of Takara Tomy's first ring from First Uranus. That means we don't actually have a Uranus chip in Hasbro form, maybe at least not yet, but at least we have first, or in this case, Origin. Alright, let's take a look at the back. So, Origin Achilles A6, attack type combination. So of course we have the Achilles A6 chip, spins to the right, obviously. Of course we have the Origin ring, and now for the disc, D77, which is convert, TSP07-M, which is Exceed SpeedStorm metal. As for Tyros T6, which is a balance type combination that spins to the right, comes with D19, which is Magnum disc, and TSP16, which is Dimensioning SpeedStorm. Alright, let's go ahead and open this box. Alright, let's take a good look at the parts. First up, we have Origin. I really like the green coloring on this, actually. The shape is definitely going to be good for attack. Has a little upper attack feel because of how these are sloped downwards. Also, I do love these little red stickers, although I wish we had a bit more. But even so, this ring does look pretty okay. Oh, one thing though. The layer shape is pretty much the exact same as Super. Look at that. Pretty much the exact same. So I expect the Bay to be, or this Bay to be a pretty good attacker. That's probably why this Bay came with Exceed SpeedStorm metal in reference to Super. Really cool. Oh, but you know what's funny? The main difference is just appearance, really. Okay, look at this. You see here, that's like a little fire-ish marking there. Or this marking to represent fire, I guess. But when you look here, of course that's not there. So the only real difference between the two, besides color and stickers, is just the markings on them. But other than that, they're pretty much the exact same shape. Except we have the Achilles A6 chip, and it looks pretty darn good. I really like the black and green. Definitely mixes well. I love the red eyes on the Achilles. I wish there was more yellow in the center, or maybe instead of yellow, make it red to actually suit the eyes more. I mean, having 4 colors on the same chip like this is a little odd, but even so, it does look pretty nice. It does look pretty nice. Let's go put this on the chip. Well, put the chip on the ring real quick. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now I wish there was more black on the ring though, to kind of match the chip more. But even so, I still think this looks good. I'm gonna say it looks good. Looks pretty cool. Doesn't look too bad or anything. Doesn't look too great or anything, but it does look good. Slopes and QR code. Slopes actually look good. Next up we have the convert disc. And this disc, I don't know why this is given to the Origin Achilles. Maybe it's because it's an Achilles related disc. The whole gist of this disc is that this side, it just has more weight than the other side. But I don't know what's the point of doing it on this Bay, especially in SpeedStorm. I would have preferred a disc that's just more wide, or they could have at least given this Bay a frame. That would have been nice, but don't have that either. So this disc is kind of just meh to me. It's not like really bad, but I think it will hold this bay back compared to other discs. Next up we have Exceed SpeedStorm Metal. Definitely a pretty good driver in my opinion. I'd say pretty good. Metal for increased weight and attack power. Flat tip and the free spinning ring definitely helps with a little bit of attack speed and a bit of life after death in terms of the free spinning ring. Downside about this driver is that the spring is just decent, but it's not as strong as the one Exceed driver that does not have metal, which is pretty interesting. I guess that's Hasbro's way of balancing it out for attack types in SpeedStorm. I don't know. I noticed that with a lot of drivers like this. But even so, still a pretty good driver. One thing you gotta be worried about though is it's gonna be a little off balance without it, especially with this disc. That's why I didn't want this disc on it if it's gonna have a driver like this. But either way, this bay could still hit very hard. Alright, whole thing together. Yeah, I think the slopes are okay, but I don't know. I feel like the slopes are actually okay or good, but the driver spring, because this doesn't feel as great at all, it's not really pairing well with this. Although I will say that I like the driver color. It does really match this bay, but I think the burst resistance will just be in general okay on this bay. Like, doesn't feel way too tough, doesn't feel way too loose. Definitely you can feel some friction to it, but I don't know exactly how good it's gonna be in terms of burst resistance. Moving on to Tyros T6. Love the recolor. Absolutely love the recolor. The red, white, gray, green eyes, like everything. The avatar markings on the center, it's just solid. Straight solid. There is a QR code. Oh my gosh, the slopes though. These slopes, I don't know about that. But why do they look so thin? I don't think I've ever seen slopes that thin. If this bay actually has great burst resistance because of slopes like this, I'd be surprised. I'd definitely be surprised. I've never seen slopes that thin before. My gosh. What? The layer doesn't really seem like it's gonna be a very hard attacker. It looks more like a... I mean, I know they labeled this as a balance type, but I don't know. It seems more of like... maybe a little defensive? I don't know. It's just the layer shape. I mean, it's kind of... it's spins to the right, so it's gonna be kind of smooth over here. Oh, it is kind of rough here. So maybe that's why they labeled it as balance type. It does remind me of Lord's Bryson, but without the rubber and everything, and not as iconic. Alright, for the disc, we have Magnum, and Magnum is probably outclassed by like so many other discs. But I mean, same for Convert. But I do like this actually. I like the color. I like how they put all this blue around it. Definitely seems pretty interesting. Bay shouldn't be off balance. Well, way too off balance as a result of the disc, because the disc actually covers a lot of the base. But weight is probably not going to be there. I do like the disc and everything, but that's the most I'll give it. In general, I think the disc is definitely could have been better, although it does look cool. Alright, now we have Dimensioning SpeedStorm. I've had bad experiences with this driver, because usually Dimensioning SpeedStorm has a really bad spring. And really bad springs give bays really bad burst resistance despite how good the slopes are. This bay can be pretty aggressive. Well, the driver can be pretty aggressive and make a bay pretty aggressive, but okay, the spring is okay. Maybe. It's a little under that mark. It's not great, as usual. It feels, I think it's a bit better than the original Dimensioning SpeedStorm though. I'll give it that. And it definitely should be pretty aggressive, but I don't like this driver. It's basically Dimension Slingshot stuck in attack mode. That's basically what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and put the whole bay together now. Yeah, thanks for mentioning. Burst resistance doesn't feel good. Feels worse than the Achilles. Feels worse than Origin. Pretty worse. Yikes. Alright. Origin. 8.06 grams. Super. Ha! Well, that's a benefit of Origin. It's heavier than the Super Ring. Get out of here. Wow. Alright. A plus for that. 2.82 grams. Origin may be better than Super. Alright. 10.89 grams with the chip and ring together. Convert 19.34 grams? Yeah. Didn't think it's gonna go over 20. Usually they don't, from all the discs. Well, all the convert discs I've weighed. Oh, but the driver though, 14.47 grams. Maybe that'll make up for it? In a sense. I still don't like the disc. 44.69 grams. Yeah, the driver. Let's get Tyros. This base should be pretty light. 8.58 grams. I think even the lighter base could do pretty good depending on the layer shape. Oh, this is lighter than Convert. 18.96 grams. So they really went for a really fast bay for this one. 6.28 grams. Okay, they wanted Origin to be the heavy hitter in this pack, I believe, and Tyros to be the very speedy bay. Yeah, look at that weight. 33.80 grams. Now, being light isn't particularly bad, although there is a downside. There's also a downside of being too heavy. Downside of being too light is that you could get smacked around pretty easily. Not in terms of bursting, but like this game, let's take it all out knockback and having higher risks of being run out of the stadium. The downside of being heavy is that you could be too heavy to a point where you can't really move as much as you should. So far, still okay. I don't know. Just got to go to the test battles and settle this. Alright, time for test launches. Hooray. Let's start out with Tyros. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yep, Speedy Boy. Speedy Boy. With an interesting amount of stamina. But then again, it's a type. Well, it's a balanced type, but it's pretty aggressive for a balanced type. Like Origin Achilles. 3, 2, 1, let it. Doesn't go as fast because it's heavier. Makes sense. But I feel like this should pack a heavier punch than Tyros because of the layer shape and, of course, weight. And it still has some decent movement to it. Let's go ahead and make these two bays battle each other. 3, 2, 1, let it. Heavy attack weapon expected. Another downside about being super fast. You run out of stamina more. There goes Tyros. Survivor finish in favor of Origin. 3, 2, 1, let it. Whoa, ho, ho. Okay, maybe Tyros got a little something to it. It one-shot Origin. Dude. I know Origin's burst resistance is just kind of meh, but 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Okay, maybe Tyros is actually... Wow. See, I told y'all being like this is gonna completely hinder your day. Yeah, more speed definitely puts more punch into it, despite not being that heavy. I guess we'll start with Tyros first. Let's get another crazy bay. How about Hollow Doom Simon? 3, 2, 1, let it. And it. Wow. Hollow's done. Hollow is done. Not really. We're gonna try another round, but Tyros wins that one. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh! I really don't know who's gonna get this one. Hello. 3, 2, 1, let it. Come on, beat Hollow. Beat Hollow again. Woo! Alright. Alright. At least you got it once, buddy. Lord Spyder in left spin. 3, 2, 1, let. Did not get the Spyder, dude. Woo! Ho ho! Nah. That was Tyros. I think that was actually Tyros. If not, that was a very, very close tie. But I really believe that was Tyros. 3, 2, 1, let it. Tyros. Right spin. 3, 2, 1, let it. Alright, Tyros, what you got? Nothing. Oh, and nearly burst too. 3, 2, 1, let it. Solid. Spyder, maybe? Ooh. Oh, goodbye, Tyros. Burst finish. Yeah. Lack of burst resistance, I saw it. Alright. Let's get Mirage back here. 3, 2, 1, let it. Whoa! Popping Fafnir up into the air. And it lost, because Fafnir is really good at stalling with this driver. 3, 2, 1, let it. And Fafnir. Yeah, I believe Fafnir was spinning slower than Tyros at that point when it got slow motion burst. Moving on to Origin Achilles. Origin versus Fafnir. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh. Origin's wobbling. And that was Fafnir. It's Fafnir, no cap. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh, my gosh. If I don't see a burst, I'm gonna be surprised. There's no burst. Oh, there is a burst, and it's Mirage. Dang it. Yeah, these bays do not have good burst resistance. These new bays, no, they don't. The driver springs are killing them. And Tyros' absent slopes. World's Bryson, right spin. 3, 2, 1, let it. Burst finish. I guess it's because of the recoil from the Origin layer. We're gonna put World in left spin already. 3, 2, 1, let it. Alright, World is camping the center. Not gonna be too good for Origin, because Origin should be going in there and trying to get those attacks in, but it's just stalling. No, this is an opposite spin match, so maybe we can see some spin equalization and maybe we see some white after death out of Origin. Yes, actually. 3, 2, 1, let it. Do one more against World. Yeah, neither of these bays can stand World in right spin. World is too good in right spin. In left spin, World's just being nice. Let's put Origin against Hollow. 3, 2, 1, let it. Okay, technically that was an Origin ring out finish, Hollow. You know, when you get in the pocket and just sitting there and then immediately just bounce out. That's not legit, bro. 3, 2, 1, let it. Okay, wow, okay. It got past Hollow. That time. Let me do one more round against Hollow. 3, 2, 1, let it. Woo. Don't let Hollow burst you, buddy. And you let it beat you. I mean, at least you didn't burst, I guess. Final test battle, actually. Final test battle. Let's put these guys against Glider Octavore. 3, 2, 1, let it. Wow. 3, 2, 1, let it. Nah, that was Glide. That was Glide. Spyder stats. Yeah, I'm not switching stadiums this time. What do I think of these bays? Not too highly of them. Pretty disappointed. Worthless? No, I wouldn't say that. Origin is pretty cool. Like a ring. I still think Origin is a good ring. I think it might actually be better than Super. Maybe. I mean, just because it weighs a little bit more, it could be better for heavier attack combos. Disc is not cutting it for me, and there's no frame to go along with it, so that definitely doesn't help it at all. Would have preferred a new chassis disc or something. That would have been cool. Driver's good. Exceeds SpeedStorm Metal? Yeah, that's good. Burst resistance really hurt it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it should have maybe a... I'm feeling like a 5.5. That's what I'm feeling for it. Or maybe even a 6 out of 10 to be generous. But yeah, in general, this is pretty disappointing bay. Now for Tyros, also pretty disappointing. It's pretty... I mean, both of these bays look good and everything, but the parts, like, ugh. Slopes on Tyros, not good. Driver, not good. I mean, it's pretty aggressive, yeah, but the spring is worse than Exceeds SpeedStorm Metal. In general, it's just... The set, in general, I'm going to say the set's a 5.5 or maybe a 5 out of 10. Not that great. Not that great. It's not like the bays look bad or anything, or it doesn't come with any good parts. Origin Achilles has the most good parts. Origin and is a good ring, like I said before. Chip is good. Or decent. Driver's pretty good. Exceed SpeedStorm Metal is the best thing out of this. I would say Origin's second best. Alright, thank y'all for watching, and keep blading.